past couple of months. Surprisingly, the price of diesel has doubled in the last 5 years. However, the cost of importing fuel is cheap when importing the precious commodity but levies and taxes by the government, which are, by the way, more than its initial price, make you pay triple the cost. Take a look. This picture was taken during the 2017 campaigns when President Uhuru Kenyatta was campaigning for his second term. On the signage at this gas station, a litre of diesel was retailing at 67 shillings. 5 years later, in March this year, the same litre of diesel is retailing at 122 shillings. Surprisingly, both petrol, diesel and kerosene are imported cheaply. For example, in the month of March, the average landing cost for petrol is 50 shillings, 47 shillings for diesel, with kerosene going for 43 shillings. Right, you may be asking, what makes these commodities retail at double the price? The taxes levied on a litre of either of these fuels is more than their average landing costs. For example, a litre of petrol this month will be taxed 50 shillings, diesel and kerosene being taxed a similar 45 and 40 shillings respectively.
The reality is that the taxation level on Kenya's fuel products is too much. There are too many levies and there are too many taxes. As much as the country needs revenue, as much as the government needs revenue, do not kill the goose that lays the golden egg.
Storing and transporting the precious commodities further costing 3 shillings per litre. But that is not all. Fuel importers and dealers add their share to the already heavy scale, charging a further 12 shillings per litre of the products. All this combined and the fuel that was priced at 50 shillings ends up costing you twice its initial price. However, Kenyans seem to be angered by the hike in fuel prices, pointing an accusing finger to members of parliament for failing to protect them from the taxman's growing appetite for taxes.
Kwamba kuna formula EPRA huwa wanaifuata na EPRA has a jurisdiction kupitia kwa the Energy Act kuweza kuamend this particular formula. So sometimes it might be for the greater good, kwa sababu ikiwa fuel imeweza kupanda kwa shilingi 7, that's a very, very high percentage.
But Kenya is not the only country facing a crisis in pricing of petrol. Across the border in Rwanda, a litre of petrol is retailing at 121 shillings, up from 108 shillings, with a litre of diesel also retailing at 117 shillings, up from 105 shillings. However, Kenya remains the only East African country with high petrol prices. Its neighbors Ethiopia and Tanzania selling a litre of petrol at 58 shillings and 93 shillings respectively.
For as long as we have these distortions in the energy sector, we are not going to achieve the competitiveness that we ought to achieve in making us the premier economy in this region.
The new fuel prices are expected to increase the production cost of basic commodities, forcing Kenyans to dig deeper into their pockets.
A tax equivalent to 100% of pump price is unsustainable, punitive, and inflationary to the Kenyan people.
Now, at least 67%